Hey, thank you for coming back. And today I'd like to talk to you about another phone holder for your vehicle. It's this one here, the IOttie Easy Touch, or what is it called? Easy One Touch 5. And that's basically the box it comes in. And I want to show you something that IOttie did on the top of the box that I thought was pretty cool. So if you happen to be in a store and you see this, right here, they have a measurement that tells you how wide the phone holder actually opens. Now, before I go any further and show you what comes in the box and everything, this phone holder, the Easy One Touch 5, is very similar to another one I did from IOttie called the Easy One Touch 4. There is a little bit of subtle differences, but how you mount it is pretty much the same thing. So let me get started to tell you what's in the box. Of course, you do get an instruction manual, very easy to read and understand. You do get the mount that goes inside of the CD player itself. You get this little thing. Now, you peel this off and there's adhesive on the back of this, and what that is if you're running a cable up to the phone holder, you can use this to keep the cable in place. You know, you peel it off and put the cable between this little part here, and it'll stay on your car wherever you have it instead of you digging around trying to find it. There is a little piece of plastic that comes in here, and it goes in here. It acts like a spacer because this opens up kind of wide. You see that? So there's this little piece of plastic. So if this is too wide to fit in your CD player, you put this little black piece of plastic in here. It acts kind of like a spacer, so when you lock it down, this isn't as opened as that is. But unfortunately, I lost that little piece of plastic. But like I said, this whole piece here, the way you mount it inside is identical to the other Easy One Touch that I did for you before. I think it was like 5 years ago. So what I'm going to do is take a clip from that video and show you how to put that little piece of plastic in here, okay? Now, here is the phone holder, and it comes attached basically to this plastic bit here. And the way you remove the phone holder is on the back is kind of the nut. You just simply unscrew the nut, pull it out of the plastic, put this a little bit back on, take the ball head, shove it in the hole, and tighten that down, and then that's pretty much it. Now, the way this differs from the previous phone mount that I showed you is you got these bottom feet. The Easy One Touch number 4 did not have these feet at all, and this was had IOttie in here and a bunch of silver and stuff. But the way you open up the phone holder, if you can see these two pieces here. Now watch, you take these two, press them open, and it opens up the phone holder. And then right here, this big plastic or gray piece here is the button that once you press it, it snaps shut against your phone and keeps it held in place. There is some nice rubber on the bottom of these feet here. This isn't rubber. It feels like rubberized plastic, so it's not really going to hurt your phone any. And that's pretty much it. Now the bottom feet here, let me take this off so I can get you a better look. These bottom feet here, so your phone can rest on, is actually a little bit adjustable. You see this button here? Press it in, and you can pull down the feet. It doesn't pull out much, but you know, enough. It does lower it down probably about 1/4 of an inch. So if you have a bigger phone, you simply press this button while holding that in. You pull the feet down and it comes down. And that's it. Okay, let me get this back in. Now, what is this kind of a car mount good for? Well, a lot of vehicles, they have a textured dashboard. So those kind with the suction cup, even the stickier type kind, may not work as well, or they may not stick on it. Or if they do, it might damage it somehow or leave little bits of something all over, and you may not want to do that. And you may not want to have anything attached to your windshield. So that's where something like this can come in handy if you have a CD player. Now, the most important thing I can say about this is once you put this into... Now, I know in the previous video, I put this in my CD player while playing a CD and it worked fine. My suggestion is make sure you take the CD out, stick this in and put it in. You don't want to put a CD in there, put this in, lock it shut, and it breaks or jams the CD into your CD player. So my advice is don't do what I did in the first video from so many years ago. Just take your CD player or your CD out of the CD player before you install this. Okay, so don't even test it. Don't do anything. Just take the CD out and then use this. Yes, you can still use your AM, FM, or if you have like a satellite radio, you can use that. If you have an auxiliary in, you can hook up your phone to the auxiliary in to listen to music, but take the CD out of your CD player before using this. And well, let me cut to the video now showing you about that little piece of plastic that's supposed to fit in here to work as a spacer. And then I'll show you this in action. I'll put this in my CD player, my current vehicle, and we'll do a little bit of a test video on that. And then we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. Now on the bottom here, if you see this little silver piece on the inside with a little triangle, if it's still a little too loose in your CD slot, that's where this comes in. You just simply take this, slip it into that hole right there, all the way in, and then when you close it, if you notice, it's actually opened a little bit more, so it's to give you even a tighter grip on the inside of your CD slot. Before you put this little piece of plastic in, test this with your CD player first. Slip it in there, lock it down, and then drive around or whatever and see how good it is first. Because once you put this little piece of plastic in there, that little spacer, that's really hard to get out. You're going to actually need a pair of needle nose pliers to get that out. And be careful because you don't want to break it in case you really do need it. But once again, if you notice, look how much a difference that makes and how wide that is. I'm going to take this out and I'm going to show you it again without that piece in there. Okay, and once again, as you can see, that little black piece is out so you can see the silver. And let me flatten it up. There we go. If you see, it's not that wide right there. It's about half the size. So this little piece can be very valuable to you, so do not lose it. And once again, the way you install it, you see this piece here, the silver piece with the triangle, that's where you're going to put this. And see how it has that little lip? You would have that facing upwards. Set it in, and you push it in until it completely goes in so it won't fall out. And then there you go. Once again, that's how wide it is with that little piece of plastic. Hey everyone, just a quick little PSA, public service announcement about the IOttie phone holder. Now, before I show you me putting this into my radio and then showing you some footage of me driving around so you can see how it bounces or moves, I just wanted to say this. Before you install this in your CD player, make sure your CD player is empty, meaning make sure no CD is in the player. The reason for that is once you put this in and you put the lock bar down, you want to make sure that nothing is going to happen, like no damage to a CD or to your CD player. Now, once you install it and it fits fine and everything seems okay, and you want to see if you can play a CD in your CD player while this is in there, my suggestion would be do not use any of your good CDs. You can go to a dollar store or something, you know, some kind of discount store usually, even a flea market if you have them, and buy some cheap CD that has music or something on it. Put that into your CD player and then install this. Reason for that is you don't want to damage any of your good CDs. So if you just spent $1 on something and this kind of, you know, ruins it, well, you're not wasting good money on a good CD. Okay? All right, enough of me yakking. Let me show you me putting this into my radio, so on and so forth. Okay, there is my CD player and radio. Here's the IOttie. And let me just trying to film this using my iPad, okay? You just simply slip it on in, take the lever, there you go. It's already installed. Now let me open it up. Take my Samsung Galaxy S7, and that's it. One thing I did test, like I told you before, about using a junky CD, if you will. Yes, I can actually play a CD. I can actually play a CD with my radio, with the IOttie installed. Okay, enough of me showing you this. Let me show you the video of me driving around using my phone like this, and you can see how stable or unstable it really is. Okay, so hopefully you liked the test video and the video I did of showing you the spacer for this. So what do I think of the IOttie Easy One Touch 5? Well, I do like it better than the Touch 4, mainly because of the feet on the bottom. Phones are a lot bigger now, a little bit heavier than simply 5 years ago. So having the added feature of the feet on the bottom to help keep your phone a little bit more stable is great. I really do enjoy that. I think it's a very much needed upgrade in this. The only other thing I wish would have happened is the feet. I wish they would have came out just a tad bit more. Probably about another 1/4 of an inch to make it a total of a 1/2 inch drop on these feet, because like I said, some of these phones are pretty tall, pretty big, so maybe another 1/2 inch or 1/4 of an inch down on this. So IOttie on your One Touch 6, make the feet come down maybe a little bit more than what you have here, you know, maybe another 1/4 of an inch. Other than that, I think this is a fantastic little thing to have in case, like I said, if your dashboard, you really don't have anywhere to use a suction cup type phone holder, or you really don't like using anything on your windshield because in some states you may not be able to attach anything to your windshield. You might get a ticket or a fine or something of that nature. So the next logical step would be this, to be in your CD player. And once again, make sure you take your CD out of the CD player before you put this in there, okay? Hit that eject button just to make sure there's nothing in there before you use this. So yeah, I do think the IOttie Easy One Touch 5 is definitely worth getting for your phone if you don't want anything attached to the glass or you can't put anything on your dashboard. That's it. So, if you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. And don't forget about that notification bell. It would really help me out a lot. Yes, it would. If you were to share this video and maybe a few more of my others on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.